Hello everybody, I'm just about ready to get started. So we got interrupted last time. Let's chat a little bit. So there's one more character we were looking to recruit, but unfortunately due to some technical issues, we had to pause it. But I'm back, we're almost ready to plot, and I think I figured out where the character was that I could not locate earlier. So we'd met her in 2 different locations, and I knew somewhere in Rathfleet this character was waiting for us, and I think I found the location. So I think we'll start off the stream by going there. We'll pause the soundtrack to this game. And let's proceed, I suppose. Hello, Chris. Hope you're doing well. We're almost at the point where you could pick the party, so you came in just about the right time. I love all my other deleted saves. Oh, fun fact. I learned I missed a glitch. So I'm trying to figure out when we're going to showcase that. I don't really want to do that in the main playthrough. But maybe if we New Game Plus later, semi-spoilers, I guess. We'll try to do the glitch. Yeah, I guess it's okay to leave here. Yeah, it doesn't really do too much for us. There's enough combat and things in this game. So finding out ways to loop certain events is not the most exciting thing ever to me, but we'll see where it goes. Is that all I really have with the pieces on me? Just one cyclone piece? It's disappointing. Anyway. I was reacquainting myself with items. Okay, our mission is to not trigger the plot. Not quite yet, we're close. I don't want to go there quite yet. I don't think chat knows our next destination unless they played the game before, so we even let the stream title be a bit of a mystery. So, I probably could have guessed the character was here. Let's check the inn one more time to see if the character is here. Oh, I probably walked by them and didn't think anything of it. Anyway, Linfa has been here for quite some time. In fact, I'm not even going to guess, I'm just going to assume I thought she was just a customer because she was sitting down, and I did not think anything of it at the time. But anyway, Linfa is here. Hey there, handsome. What brings you here today? Bet you want to play another game, huh? So, fun fact. Join you, one in the... She ... No way. So you really are the prince, huh? Wish you could have told me sooner. But why would the prince have any interest in someone like me? Well, you see, Linfa, in order to get the best ending in the game. Right, chat? I mean, I don't really care about you, Linfa, but I care about the ending. I want to see the better ending. Also, apparently, chat, there are many different endings to this game, and we're probably only going to see the true ending. I didn't realize there were so many variations, but I think we're too far in our playthrough to even see the others at this point, as some of them involve having less than max, and somewhere between like 60 and 100 or something like that. We're already at like 59, and I know we're at like required character territory, like we're going to get more characters. So it'll be interesting. Anyway, well, I did give you a run for your money. I'm actually quite happy about the invite. So how about this? You can win 5,000 potch against me at my game, I'll join you. So, according to online resources, chat, we don't actually have to win against her, apparently. I mean, I'll play the game to play the game, but allegedly, chat, I don't need to actually win this. This time I won't cheat. Whether or not you trust me is your decision. What do you think? I don't trust you. I accept your challenge. We'll accept the challenge. That's the answer I wanted to hear. Okay, let's get this started. I need one. I was gonna say, I think I'm looking more for the explanation of the cards. Yeah, 1 beats 12. Okay, see, that's all I just wanted to verify. I thought that was in the how to play, but I guess it makes sense that the explanation of cards is elsewhere. I don't really care about what else she just told me there. I'll just go in. That's all I needed to know. So I think the way it is we see each other's cards. So she's got a 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I think we just fold this. If I bet 8. Sure. You know what, chat? Why not? We'll counter raise. Wow, I called that bluff so hard, chat. I called that bluff so hard. That was embarrassing for her, chat. I'm like, go ahead. I saw she had a 1. What are the odds of me beating a 3? Pretty high. I think we just max. Yeah. She's bad at this game, chat. Chat, she's bad at her own game. I'm playing the odds. So she's smiling. So I'll just call as is. Oh, I have to raise. I'll raise 1. I'll just call. It's fine. See, she's like stuttering and stuff, so the problem is like I don't know what her personality is. Like I'm observing her facial expressions and her talk is changing, but I don't know how much of that is an actual bluff versus a tell until I play more games with her. We got even-ish odds. I'll just call for now. I'm just curious what she has versus what I have. Okay, so I think So, I think we just fold, right? There's no point to even doing this one. Yeah. I don't remember what the Linfa card is. She raised the Linfa card. I want you to just go all in. You look sweet, but you could be pretty cutthroat, can't you? She said. Yeah, she got destroyed. I think I guessed wrong once. Those are pretty good odds, chat. I don't know about you. I'm like, that was pretty convincing. She got destroyed. And as soon as I saw a 1, I'm like, go ahead. See, like, had this been a real player, they would have thought my bet's suspicious, but it's fine. It's an AI. They don't know better. Impossible. I lost to an amateur. This kid might go places. What? No, I didn't say anything. Anyway, about the whole joining you situation. Well, you see, I owe that wretched tramp, nice little lady 5,000 potch. I can't leave until I pay her back. We have, like, literally hundreds of thousands of potch. We could just pay her debt and we're just choosing not to. In fact, we just took money from the person in debt. It's pretty messed up. Oh, Suikoden. I know you don't mean it to be funny, but it is very funny. I'm just gonna state that. So, I hate to ask, perhaps you could spot me the 5,000? If you do, I'll join you and do my very best to help you out. Are you serious? No way? Or fine, sigh, I'll pay. We'll go, fine. I'll pay. Serious? Right on. You're the best, sweetie. Linfa joined the party. Is she actually like a... I'm assuming she's a support character. Yes. Oh, she also has escape route. Okay. Nice, let's pay the 5,000. Your Highness, I watched that last game. You won, Your Highness. There's no reason for you to pay for her out of your own pocket. Be quiet, old hag. Prince says he'll pay, he means it. I can't take it. Forget about the debt, it's gone. I can't take money from His Highness. So I think this is what would have happened if I lost. I still could have tried paying the debt. Either way. I think that's what would have happened. What? It's planning on selling you on the black market if you dare cheat the prince. You played a fair game. Wow. Wait, what? Wait a minute, older lady. Listen, she might have been cheating at cards. You're selling her into potential slavery or servitude? That's pretty messed up, older lady. Are we gonna take that as the prince? That's actually super messed up. You've proven yourself, so I'm willing to erase the 5,000 potch debt. I guess she dodged the bullet on that one. What? You're kidding. Linfa, you're very excited over the fact that she said she was gonna sell you. But under one condition. You trot over to the prince's castle and make yourself useful. Oh, older lady, she won't. We already have somebody with escape route, but we can humor you and use her sometimes. What? Are you serious? You have a problem with that? No, not at all. You trusted me when I said I wouldn't cheat. No one's ever trusted me before. We can tell you weren't cheating when you got destroyed. Right, chat? She got destroyed. And I promise I'd join you if I lost. I think we'll have good times together, handsome. Meet you back at the castle. Your Highness, this is your chance. Teach that nasty girl a lesson or two. Older lady is just... I think older lady's part of society's bigger problems, chat. I'm just saying, we're not saying anything in-game about this. We're part of the problem now, too. Linfa immediately left the party. Well, that was pointless. She befriended us, at least. Anyway, so how much of our ridiculous amount of money do we have? 173,000? Yeah, that 5,000 potch debt, nothing. Even after upgrading everybody's weapons, we still have too much money. Anyway, we'll check in on the detective agency since I'm here. And then chat will pick my party. Although, I imagine it's still gonna get rid of my party. But I'd still rather the chat pick my party. Oh, that's right. We were looking into Genoa. Genoa is the giant tortoise that lived in the waterfall basin upstream from Beaver Lodge. Surprisingly enough, he's just about as smart as a human. Maybe even smarter. The beavers call him Boss. Yeah, we know that. That's how we got him. That's not really exciting. It's like, hey, remember those things you did to recruit him? Anyway, we'll pay for a good Noah backstory. Okay. Apparently everybody knew that that Sagiri was an assassin. Oh no, chat. This one seems really memeable. I'm just saying. Killing a person means that a person gets killed. It's like the people die when they are killed. It's about that level. Yeah, none of that was new information. I agree. We definitely got robbed. But speaking of getting robbed, I'm like, yes, Sagiri. It's almost like when you kill people, they die. No matter what the murderer's situation is, none of it matters to the person who was killed. Okay, that's a fair point. There's pain, heartbreak, grief. It's just horrible. Exactly. Chat quoting the people die when they're killed. For the murderer to take the easy way out and forget that. That should never be allowed to happen. What do you have to say about this, Shigure? I wanted Shigure to forget too. Figure if she forgot, she'd finally be able to cry and let out her anger. How could I have been so stupid? Guess I gotta do what I gotta do. I'm surprised he didn't call that a pain. I'm gonna call that character progression. Anyway, time to go pick out our squad. If chat is feeling any particular set of characters, we'll go for it. I can't promise you it will be a good team. It's technically up to chat discretion on that one. Oh right, Nakula's in our party. I forgot. So if chat really wants to optimize the items and money, chat will pick a lot of people with Potchfinder, and I'm assuming a Treasure Hunter somewhere in there. If they want to pick the meme characters, they can. Although I'm noticing there is nobody to talk to here. Where is our recruiter? Oh. I didn't mean to hit the plot bed. Prince, are you going to bed? No. No, I still have something to do. Okay, there we go. We dodged the plot. I didn't want to enter the plot quite yet. Wait, I can't use the save point there? Oh, that's so rude. I don't get why I couldn't just walk around that room, to be honest with you. Bullying from Vicky. Lorelai keeps picking on me. I don't know why. Never met her before in my life, I swear. Rune Mistress Volga. She first came to Lelkar. The young fellows really made a big fuss. Normally I would scold them for making such a big racket over a girl. I don't blame them this time. We brought her to this castle. The ones left behind in Lelkar must have been so disappointed. My ex-bodyguard from Orok. Not to question your decision, but your bodyguard isn't even a match for the people she protects. Plus she eats like a horse. Wow. Phelan and Phelan from Lucerina. Those two suffered at the hands of my brother. I want to make them feel as comfortable as possible in this castle. Subala with my prince. I'm gonna get strong like you, Prince. I won't lose to Loon. There, that ought to do it. We're getting some petty rivalry in the male chain, apparently. I think our recruit character is in here. I think they told us to sleep. Let's return here. I do wish to change my travel companions. So we'll have chat start picking out some characters. So I'm gonna remove Nakula for now. We can remove Roy's our boy if we want to. I'll leave them here for now so chat has the reference. We have Super Richard, Vicky, Egbert, Phelan, Shigure, Fuwalo. I don't think we have Fuwalo in our party. No. No, he's not a selectable character. Yeah, we have Egbert. Egbert is always there. We do have Phelan. Although you said with an E, so I actually don't know which one you mean. We have both. Phelan is the guy, Len is the girl. No, we didn't recruit him. I could put Vicky back in the party, that's easy. Phelan the boy. Looks like Phelan's getting banned. Are you only dropping me? Chat didn't love you, that's why. You weren't likable enough, apparently. The chat has spoken. I'm not gonna lie, chat. Zarase kind of busted. So there's Subala, who we didn't touch basically at all. Chat immediately calling out Subala. Alright, I don't know if Subala has any abilities other than being terrible. Let's see. I haven't played with Belkut very much. I do have Din. I'm not sure if chat wanted more mages or if they wanted more... Barely remember Ghosh. Or if they wanted more melee characters. At least you could kind of see their abilities here. I'll put Linfa in as a support character, maybe. But we still have to pick out the rest of our characters. So we still have Roy. She has anime protagonist hair. She deserves some time to shine. She looks really terrible. I'm not gonna lie, chat. Like, her stats leave me very underwhelmed, but we could try to win with her. So we still have Richard, we have Phelan. Oh, Shigure. Sorry, I forgot. That said Shigure earlier. I'll replace Roy for now, unless chat wants Roy. Actually, question to chat. We could do the duo attack if the chat wanted with, I already forgot her name and I feel super bad. Sagiri. Did chat want to see Sagiri with, Shigure? Because we haven't used her basically since the beginning. Other than that, we still have some free slots. I just figured it'd be cool to use some Unite attacks. Alright, so chat so far has chosen Richard, Phelan. Protagonist I can't remove, sorry chat. Tsubala, Shigure, Vicky, and Sagiri. So we don't have a lot of mages, but this might be okay still. We don't necessarily need oops all mages, even though I do love mages. Mages are very, very BS. I think Richard is just more broken than them currently. Like, Vicky Chain Magic is very good though, if it could fire. I'm just thinking about how to move them around a little bit. Shigure should be in the back. Zabala can be in the back because she's the medium character. So we have 3 frontliners, and that should probably be okay. So we don't even have Leon in the party at all, which is kind of funny. Oh, we need to get rid of a character. I didn't think about that. Am I being banned from Richard chat out of curiosity? I want to check one thing, sorry. Where's the thing that I'm looking for swap? We have Richard, so no one else really matters. You're not wrong. I want to see a little bit of Sagiri. I'm just thinking about who to move out temporarily. Okay, well, we're in the overworld. Why don't we just leave Sagiri in? But when we go to do the story, let's swap for Vicky. We'll see. But I do think the character we have right now, Subala, is quite terrible. Real talk, chat. She is just Oh, right, that's Gauche. I remember. I needed to see the rest of his hat, and then I understood. I understood immediately, chat. I mean, technically, chat could go with thematic pairings of characters, but Richard is clearly one of the better characters. I don't think by extension he'll be like the best late game character, but I think with what we have now, he's probably going to be top 2, top 3 every time, no matter what we have. Once we get access to better runes, maybe he'll fall off, because he can't do a 3 rune combo, for example. But right now, with only 1 rune, he's kind of a god. Oh, Subala actually has some okay equipment, surprisingly. This won't be completely horrendous, chat. I did level Sagiri earlier. I'm gonna improve Phelan's damage for chat. I have a feeling he's gonna stick around for a while. We'll level him up one more time. The Phelan's kind of like the tank character. I don't really need to worry about him too much. Sure, we'll improve Vicky's weapon slightly. She's probably gonna be in a lot of battles. Is there anything I really want to do? I guess I could double check the trainings. I wish I could get A rank in abilities. I'm kind of sad that I don't have that. Gary's still really early in. We have a surprisingly low amount of party SP. Oh wait, Shigure was only C rank agility? Uh-oh. Okay, well this is gonna up his ability to be useful. So, better damage. Subala, oh my gosh. Swiftfoot, double technique and agility. Okay, that's kind of cool. Eventually, we would like to give that to, Fate Control over to, Richard. Because we just get a free ability on top of that. So we get attack technique and agility. Be kind of sick. Interesting that only certain characters can get certain epic skills. I think that's the first time we've really observed that. Most of them have just... We haven't gotten a lot of them, and then most of them seemed about the same. Just selling some things, just to free up our inventory a little bit. We'll give hand-me-downs to Subala, since we're here. Oh wow, can she really not equip anything? That is so sad. Balon getting speed would not really be useful. Let's give it to Sagiri. Unless Leon really needs it. No. Richard's so unfair. You know what? I don't even think Richard needs healing items. Let's be real. He should only be attacking. We'll give the tank character some healing items. We'll give Sagiri more healing. We'll give Subala some healing. Man, her stats are terrible. She is in so much trouble, chat, if she gets attacked. Fortunately, she's in the back row, and she's also terrible level. So why don't we do this, chat? Let's just get into, like, one fight. Well, let's get into, like, 2 fights, and then we'll proceed. We'll fight near Sable. That way I'm not trying to win with a level 11 character. I don't need them to be, like, level 40 or whatever, but... level 11 against, like, potentially another boss encounter would just be horrendous. So she's got okay weapon damage, it's just that she just needs raw stats. Like both hit point, accuracy, damage, etc. From stats, that is. Could go for the Swallow Rune there. Do their co-op attack. Sure. Did that just instantly kill? It didn't even do damage.
What a pain.
That did damage. Poor Phelan, getting bullied. Nice crit, though.
What a pain.
Zabala getting closer to surviving. We'll do one more fight. Again, she might get hit by like an AoE that I might not have control over, or if there's archers. So she went from basically 100 health to 140, so she got a 40% health increase. I think chat would agree, that's a pretty good buff for one battle. So let's make her just a little more durable. I think I'm just gonna auto battle this. See how we do. Wow, the dodges from Richard. What a god. Richard the god, chat. Richard, an absolute beast.
Looks like we won.
Maybe one more battle. She's almost at 200 health. We'll take a look at her stats when she's about one more battle's worth, because that's a pretty fast encounter. Then we'll proceed. So the other characters getting XP is not really intended. I just want Subala to be a little better. Yeah, Subala's like, I'm not really gonna do damage, and Richard's like, you're never gonna hit me. What a monster. Alright, so she almost literally doubled her health. Let's see how her stats look. Are they out of like the low 60s? Case closed, that is a good combo name. Oh boy, she is... So, she and Sagiri have the same... They have the same weapon power. I guess attack power-wise, Subala isn't completely terrible. However, in terms of speed and techniques, Sagiri is just so much better, and accuracy is so much better. Unfortunately, she has Pierce, so I would need to do some things, I think, to get some party SP. Speaking of which, where did all my SP go? Oh, is this still on Shigure? Let's move a little bit of it there. So I would prefer to get agility up on Subala before we go further. He's got treasure hunts, so we're more likely to get... presumably items with Phelan, which is okay. Sagiri's technique and ability are not really great. Yeah. Alright, I guess we'll do one last battle. I'm gonna greed. But at least she's doing about as much damage as Sagiri now, so it could be worse. If I was fully upgrading them, I think they would be at about 300 attack power, which is good. So anyway, just in case we have an early boss encounter, I want to level a little more here. Let's Swallow Rune. into melee, into melee, melee, into one shot. Yeah, and that Swallow Rune just seems to instantly kill the enemy. I don't even see damage listed. It just gives up. It's like, how much damage did it do? All of it.
What a pain.
The Gary leveling here does help that damage. How did I whiff? Seriously? The parry, Richard to God. Nice double strike. I think Subala is actually now useful. Because that should put her in line with Sagiri. Even though she doesn't team up with anybody here, this is probably good enough. Let's go back. Let's advance the plot. Or actually, we'll train up and then we'll advance the plot. And then chat can decide who we get later. Thank you, Calvisham, for the resubscribe. Hope you're doing well today. Let's get some more technique in, I think. We'll improve Pierce. And we'll improve Agility. Alright, so we tried to make them useful. We're trying to improve both their speed and continuous attack percentage. And we'll improve Pierce, why not? Thanks for the fun times, how's Calvisha? Glad you're having a good time. I guess we're ready to advance the plot. Unless there's something new here. Nakia says, my old employer. Yikes, he's here too? Oh well. Guess he'll be fine as long as the food keeps coming. Nakula from Din. He's indeed the one we captured, but we didn't know his story at the time. Highness has welcomed him into our army. We certainly respect this decision. A third attempt from Josephine. Your Highness didn't even try on that last costume I thought up. How insulting. But this one is my best work yet. Your Highness won't be a fashion fiasco after wearing this. Ready? Ta-da! There's a drawing here that looks just like a creeper. There you go. You lurking here? Make try foul by playing Monster Hunter. Enjoy Calvisham. Prince, are you going to bed? Sure. Okay, pleasant dreams. Prince, sorry to disturb you in the middle of the night. Please come quickly. The southern sky is all red. Ooh, somebody's burning something, chat. Ooh. Now it feels like a Suikoden game. Somebody woke me up when I'm in the plot bed to tell me something's on fire.
Hey, that's where Beaver Lodge is.
Uh-oh, chat. Beaver Lodge is burning. You got rid of our party! I hate that so much, chat. Listen, that will always be a pet peeve of mine. Stop changing my party. There's no reason for this. They're not required for a cutscene. It's very rude. Very rude. Yep, the beavers are on fire, chat. Anyway, I gotta rudely... Yeah, don't tell me to be careful. We gotta get our party back together again. I love that Alhazarad has like a rare rune on him and I just don't care. I'm like, yeah, you can just keep the punishment rune. I don't even care. Like, listen. Right, chat? Listen, I don't care. Listen, as long as we have somebody really powerful like Richard or Subala, or not Subala, like Sarase, we're all good. Yeah, so we got Richard again. This is a memory test of who to re-add. Sagiri and Shigure. There we go. I think I basically passed the test. Then we need to get Vicky. Huh? Wait, what? Why can't I select Vicky? Oh, this is BS. Why is she not selectable? Hello? Well, chat, I'm glad we had Shiger. I mean, I was gonna play with Vicky, but denied apparently. I guess I just gotta win with what I got. Okay, I'm gonna take an Egbert because I want more money. Never seen what appraisal has done yet. I don't think we ever will, to be honest. It probably just acts as an appraise shop or something, but I don't really care. We'll take treatment, I guess. Any other support skills that would be useful? Analyze, no. You know what, we'll take Marina, just in case we're in a boss fight. We're like completely decked out, chat, for support skills. If we have to get rid of a character, it'll be one of the doctors or Linfa. Probably Linfa first. Beaver Lodge? Sure, I'll get you there. Wait, hold on, or thanks. We'll say thanks. Alrighty, here we go. Ooh, I like the kind of shadow effect that's going on here. So we'll just auto battle. Oh, actually, did chat want somebody other than Leon in the party? I just realized I kind of auto put her in the party. Oops.
What a pain.
What a pain, chat. It's interesting she didn't teleport me directly to the Beaver Lodge. I mean, this party's probably fine. We have... Oh, hold on. This party's not fine. Yeah, I forgot. We can always get rid of her. Listen, chat. She's an okay tank. I prefer the protagonist to be protected. We'll do something like this. Probably good. What a pain indeed. Alright, just rearranging them slightly. Protagonist will be the only mage of the party, by the way. we're going pretty heavy into melee. So Beaver Lodge is burning even on the overworld. I like that the fact that they didn't make it just like a static graphic, like it is actually moving with flames. Also, I got intact right in front of the Beaver Lodge. That's awkward. Yeah, this should be fine. Easy fight. Oh, I know who I forgot. I'm sorry, chat. There's somebody we have to go back for. Chat would never forgive me if I tried cheating you on this. I forgot chat's most important character. I'm gonna get rid of one of the supports and move Leon out. We'll get rid of treatment, maybe. Gonna put Subala in the party, chat. It hurts me, but I'm putting her in the party. Sorry, Leon. Need the power of anime. Let's go ahead and formation swap a little bit then. I was thinking about why the protagonist was able to go in the back row, and then I realized it's probably okay. Let's go back. I like that the game will not let you put her in the party. I guess they didn't want to script her in the party. They didn't want to do that. I mean, I guess that's fair. If you're in a time crunch, letting you play Vicky here is okay. Like, I understand why it could have happened. I'm still sad about it, though. Anyway, we brought in Subala. There's the healing effect kicking off. I don't know how important it is for me to get the Potchfinder stuff off of the other characters. I think right now it doesn't matter. but I do want it at some point. I also wish I could... There we go. I was gonna say, I just need to see what, for example, Phelan has. Yeah. We'll find our money gear later. It'll come to me. I forget if we put it on the conductor or if I put it on one of the other Potchfinder characters. Right now, it doesn't really matter. Technically, I could have had Tsubala with it. Uh-oh, chat. Everything burns. What's going on here? Did Godwin order this? Prince, watch out! Okay, so what are we fighting? Oh, it's the assassin. Got it. We're gonna swallow rune him into normal attacks, I guess. Should basically be GG. Oh, okay, yeah, it's GG. Crazed orb? What's crazed orb? No, it can't be. I don't understand. Why would they be? Prince, is that you? Oh, it is you. And Leon. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Oh, Maroon, please don't join my party. Please don't. Chat, please. Please, I'm begging you, don't join my party. Please don't. Maroon, you're okay. When I woke, the whole village was in flames. I can't believe it. How could this have happened? Who could have done this? This was all Godwin's doing. Nethergate. His assassins. Nethergate? But why would they do this to Beaver Lodge? Prince, I'm worried about Fuwalu. I'm gonna go take a look. You and Maroon should find somewhere safe too. Don't make that face at me. There might be more of them around. You're in real danger. You have to leave. What are you talking about? We're not going anywhere. Besides, if there's more of them around, we better stick together. No! You're so bad, though. This wouldn't annoy me if your weapon wasn't, like, rank 1. Like, really? I swear, the characters join in this game with, like, the worst equipment levels I have ever seen. By far, so far, in memory, they've come as some of the weakest outside of tactics that I've ever seen. Those assassins are deadly. Very deadly. Yeah, to beavers, they got no stats. Must stay absolutely alert. I just want to know what the crazed orb does. Gotcha. Rune joined the party. Ugh. Fine, we'll get rid of Lin-Fa. Probably don't need her right now. But I refuse to use Maroon. I mean, look at this trash, chat. Like, look at this. He's got less than a third of the power of my other characters. And he can't get that difference from levels. Like, he's so bad. He's so bad. But no, what, seriously. Berserk effect ×2 damage can't command. That's actually really tempting to put on Richard. It gets rid of his swallow rune, but double damage though. I could give this to Shigure. Now the question is if he's berserked, can I force him to unite attack? Hold on, chat. We'll try leaving. Prince, let's make sure Fuwalu's okay. Oh, I can't check. Yeah, I was kind of curious. It'd be a huge problem if they were a bit weaker, but yeah, they're like literally 33% of my power or lower, depending on which character you're looking at. They're like a 15% compared to Richard. They're so bad. Yeah, double damage, but can't use commands. I'm curious if they could still be popped in with a, like, command attack. Like, they can't start it, obviously. But would another character still be able to utilize it? Is the question. Because Swallow Rune has its purposes, like here, just to make sure I don't miss. Also, wait a minute. Hold on, I just want to see something. Wish I could see the rune slots. I wonder if I unlocked another rune slot recently or not. I guess we'll find out. I'll swallow strike didn't double strike. Oh, gonna hurt. That's sad. I just didn't do full damage for some reason. Wow, that did no damage. That was actually sad. That did so little damage. Another crazed orb. Well, chat, I guess if you just want to have melee gods, I got 2 of them now. I'm assuming because we have A rank of treasure finder, chat is allowing me to get very broken items. So good job, chat. We now have 2 characters that could just do double damage. And honestly, Shigure losing his defense down to just do double damage instead when I don't care about his runes, I'm kind of okay with that too. Or like the giant monster enemies, just having it for free. It's not like I'm going to be using them for much. Like in terms of special abilities. I'm literally getting one every battle. This isn't intentional. Is this 100% drop or something? Or am I just getting lucky? I mean, like, oh, hold on. We have to fight a 4th one just to see if we get 4 for 4. So right now we can arm the entire front line with this BS. Curiosity. Oh, they hit our tank. That's kind of sad. He healed himself a little bit by punching. Oh. I guess I just go for 2 more. You know what, chat? Why not? Just get, in case we want a whole party of berserkers. If chat wants to go full meme, let me know. Right? I mean, double damage. Double damage is real. Then I'll just remove all the spell stuff from the protagonist. I mean, if it's just gonna drop it every time. I've learned not to care about this damage, so I don't really care what the enemy does here. Like, that looks really impressive, and then I take 17, and then I heal it, more or less. I love that everybody's regenning health, though. That's pretty unfair. Oh, yeah, we're just gonna get one more, chat. There's no downside to this. This takes, like, 20, 30 seconds. Listen, we're not looking to speedrun this game. If this lets me meme on the final boss, I want this. Like, can you imagine, chat? Because, like, all the orbs should stack, right? So, like, 2 times damage, plus, like, the 1.5 times damage, plus, like, auto berserk. It'd be pretty silly. Oh, he's Azuna dropping us? Well, that was rude. Oh, I say it's just it seems guaranteed. We tried 6 times in that pool. We got it. So anyway, if we want all berserk party later, let me know. So at this rate, we're probably gonna fight a boss. Because let's face it, we can't just get Fuwala potentially here. So yeah, we got just a few of these, chat. Just a few. Oh yeah, I never put orbs on Subala. Oh well. Elder, are you okay? Elder! Maroon, Lady Leon, and His Highness the Prince? Mika Fute. Who are you? Get away from the Elder. No, Maroon. Take His Highness and get out of here while you both still can. So, we meet again, Ms. Mar. Oh, there's Dolph. I told you never to call me that again. Well then, perhaps you could refer to me as Dolph. Why? Why have you done this? Just because the Beavers cooperated with us? Godwin is a sick, sick man, and so are you. Oh, nothing as involved as that. His Excellency and Giselle simply feel that Felina no longer needs the Beavers. There you go. Just a casual genocide, chat, it's fine. No longer needs us. When different people and different cultures collide, a nation suffers. And yours is the most vile of cultures. Wow. Okay, that went pretty extreme pretty fast. Nothing less than complete... I mean, I was just saying the genocide, even he's saying it. Nothing less than complete and total genocide will solve this problem. His Excellency wants a Felina for Felinians. Wow. It just became a little extreme, chat. Just a little bit. You're crazy. Godwin's crazy. This is our home. This is where we live. How surprising. I thought you beavers would find His Excellency's thinking quite reasonable. Make Felina great again, TM, says the chat. Kind of. Not wrong. Of course we don't. You're insane. Really? Then why do you beavers live here? Only among your own kind, avoiding all contact with humans. You really can't be comparing. It's because you think you don't need humans, isn't it? No, that's not true. We never tried to kill humans, only wish to live in peace. So does His Excellency. And come tomorrow, he will have that peace. There will be no beavers left in Felina. Chat, he's threatening Rock Beaver. It's on. Chat has found the new rival. I won't let you get away with this. I won't let you kill the beavers on my watch. You've forgotten our battle in the Sun Palace. You cannot beat me. Actually, Dolph, I got bad news for you. We actually won that boss battle. Bad news, really bad news. We did actually win that battle. And you even had help, and we still beat you, which was embarrassing. It's just embarrassing. Nor can you, Prince. No, both of us were there. We both beat you. Sorry, we did beat you, though. We did beat you. Anyway, boss fight. If I remember, he's, like, resistant to magic. Was his gimmick. But, bad news for him. I don't really care what he does here. I'm just gonna go in. Just hit with some co-op attacks.
What a pain.
He only did 63, that's it. We heal 29 a turn, chat. Something tells me he might be in trouble. Okay, let's just Furious Blow him just because. I just want to see. Another co-op attack? Sure. I guess we'll switch into a stance for the kill. He had about 4k health, if I remember. No, like 2,500, I'm sorry. So we'll see if he has about the same amount of health. Oh, yeah, he does. Rest in peace. Well, anyway, chat, we'll never beat him, according to him. Twin tactic, nice. I got a little party SP back. That was embarrassing. Are you sure we're never going to beat you? That felt pretty convincing. Yeah, we decked them. Elder, are you all right? I think so. Look out! Is this guy some kind of monster? You are even more powerful than me. What a waste. It's not a waste. I've dedicated my life to protecting the prince. Where'd he go? Deep sigh from Maroon. Oh, he escaped. Boy, that was scary. Not really scared of humans anymore, but that guy. Make me proud, Maroon. Keep thinking that says moron. I'm so close to saying it, chat. You have no idea. If not for you, who knows what fate would have befallen me? Or the beavers. But our work's not done yet. We have to help the women and children escape. We must put out the fires. You got it. We'll help too. Well, I guess maybe he'll join us now, because before they wanted to remain neutral, and now they made it personal, which was their mistake. Thank you. Humans have already done so much for us, like burn our village down, right, chat? Prince Maroon. Where are you? Are you guys okay? Yell if you can hear me. A voice. It's coming from outside. Where's the dam in the Beaver Village? Let it flow. Fualo join the party. We'll give it to Marina. Sorry, Marina. We did use your healing a little bit, I guess, to be fair. So we got a new tactic. I just want to see where that is. person. I don't see the ability here. Is it for monsters? Is that what we got it for? Oh, 2-person thing. Twin slash now available. I guess if our party dies, that's when this is usable. I don't know when I would be in that scenario to use it, but whatever. Oh, there you are! Toma, you came to help too? Oh, Toma. Chad, I thought we abandoned him in the castle. This is so not fair. Of course I did. You think I'd let your village burn down? And everyone at headquarters. Castle, who can help? We'll need everything we've got to put out the fire. You're from Lord Lake. Why would you want to help us? What do you mean? The beavers help Lord Lake, so we're gonna help the beavers. I know, ugh, him again, exactly, Chad. If anyone knows about their hometown being reduced to ruins, it's us. That is very also unintentionally funny. We did destroy your homeland, I agree, Ghosh. Thank you. Thank you so much. No need to thank us. Let's get to work. See, now the beavers owe us a favor. Well, I suppose we should be thankful the damage wasn't worse. Should be thankful we're alive. Who did this? Knew we shouldn't have gotten involved in the disputes of men. Yeah, it was working with the humans that caused this. No, 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 no. Don't you see? It was keeping to ourselves and pretending to ignore the outside world that caused this whole thing. Indeed. I heard it with my own 2 furry ears. There you go. Emphasis on the furry ears, Chad. The Godwins wish to exterminate us beavers. Exterminate us? So take heed, beavers. We no longer say that the disputes of men are none of our concern. We have but 3 choices. We can wait quietly until we're exterminated. We flee to a strange land. Or we could fight. They're like, flee, let's flee! Right, Chad? I'm gonna fight. Right alongside the Prince and Toma. They helped us out. Helped us out even though we're always run from danger. Helped us out even after we built that stupid fortress. Now it's our turn to help them. And us. We have to stop running. He has a point. Yeah, if we want to stay in Beaver Lodge, we gotta make a stand. Let's join him. Let's join the humans. Your Highness, you have room in your castle for a band of small, furry new allies? Chad is like, yes, yes, yes. Are you kidding? We'd be glad to have you. Just, can we exchange Toma for the beavers? We'll take that exchange. Thank you so much. The beavers are now officially allied with His Royal Highness the Prince. Beaver cheering? There you go, Chad. It's its own sound effect. You get to imagine what that sounds like. Whatever that sound effect is. You've now befriended Fualo, so now it's officially a star. You've now befriended Maroon. So if we haven't missed anybody, we should be at 62 stars, Chad. Fualo left the party. Good. Ghost joined the party. Toma joined the party. No! Why am I being punished? Chat, no. I don't want them here. Wait, can I get rid of Maroon? I can. Nice. Okay. We went neutral there. Need to get going with the housework. Does she have to say about this? Thank goodness either gate was driven back. We just leave? Thanks a lot. Big help back there. I don't think we ever really use the shops. Am I just allowed to leave? Oh, I can. Okay. That was easy, I guess. Apparently, chat, we're near another recruiting session, but this one has a gimmick, apparently. A little further. This box from Maroon. It says me and the Elder. Doubt any beavers will use it. Your Highness won't mind. There are many other beavers that can write human letters. Isara talks about Subala. When Subala and Loon were young, those two were like sisters. When did it all change? She remembers how to behave when I'm around. The competitor in round 1, match 6 from Murad. That young swordsman was the Linwen Mercenaries Brigand's blade master. That's surprising. Fuwala Fuwala, boss. The boss my father saw was Genoa? What an odd turn of fate. Jiguri and Akula from Foyo. Those two start fighting the moment they see each other. Jiguri always seems listless, but he sure flares up when he sees Nakula. Really like them to get along while they're here. Okay. I guess we'll save. Also, chat, I have also realized I have never learned how to check in-game how many stars we have. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. Normally, there's a character that kind of keeps track of it, like it was near like Luke, for example, in the early Suikodens, or it was a place we could visit in Suikoden 3 that we didn't really visit until the end of the game. Suikoden 4 had the board. What is it in Suikoden 5? Well, that's something I should probably figure out soon to make sure I don't go too far in the plot. Curious about one thing though. Apparently though, chat, I do have to give up character slots very soon. So to prep for something, I actually need to get rid of basically everybody. Let's just do this now. We'll see if this works. I think we need to ditch the other two that are with us, and then we'll try again. Apparently I need to have a party of only 2 to 3 people. So maybe that's why they gave us the stance, is it was a hint to get another character, I guess. Anyway, we're gonna go for the limited party. I don't know if that includes the support characters or not, so we'll see. At some point I want to see if Berserk stops me from being able to unite attack, but let's just get one more plot element further before we check. Ah, Your Highness. I'm so happy you're safe. So happy. About Beaver Lodge. Does it still stand? What's going on? What's everyone doing up so early? Well, you see. Early this morning, Rainwall fell. Oh no! General Luger's fleet and General Novum's forces launched a surprise midnight attack. According to our scouts, Rainwall could barely put up a fight. It was an almost bloodless surrender. I can't believe it. Rainwall. Perhaps that attack on Beaver Lodge was meant to distract us. No doubt that was one of their intentions. Still, even without that diversion, it would have been too late. Rainwall was always Lord Barrow's town. He was never really on the prince's side. We're always on guard, and we couldn't really afford to stubbornly defend the place. We also didn't have enough troops to station there permanently. Still, can't just let Godwin take him over without a fight, right? What do you think, Prince? Let's leave Rainwall be for now. Let's go liberate Rainwall. We're gonna say let's go liberate Rainwall and see what they say. No, Your Highness, please wait. Don't free my brother's town. He's awful. He deserves it. Usarina. The countless nefarious acts of the House of Barros have raised the people's ire in Rainwall. It would be no stretch to say we are hated even more than the House of Godwin. Even if we sent troops into Rainwall, I highly doubt the people there would back our cause. Wow, that's literally what's happening. The blood of our brave soldiers must not be spilled for an uncertain ally. I agree. Wow, chat, vetoed. We have more to lose by attempting to drive the Godwins out of Rainwall. I mean, I just send Richard in there. I'm pretty sure he can melee everything out of existence. Still, I cannot help but feel guilty for not lifting a finger for Rainwall. Serena, it's all right. I understand. Oh, meanwhile.
Rainwall has been occupied?
Yes.
And so what if it has? That hardly has anything to do with me. Whenever you come to see her, you put the princess in a foul mood, so stop coming here with your bad news.
Yes, well, I knew how crazy Urim Barrows was about the princess, so I thought she might be interested to know, that's all.
You thought wrong. To be honest, I'm not at all very fond of him. But he would have been 1,000,000 times better than you.
You wound me, Your Highness. You know, I wish I could tell you what Urim did to the Prince and Sable.
To brother? What did Urim do to my brother?
Well, why don't you ask Urim yourself? I'm inviting him to your coronation ceremony.
What did you say? Coronation ceremony?
Yes. The period of mourning for the late queen is almost over. The time has come for the new queen to be crowned. We, your loyal subjects, have all been eagerly awaiting.
No way! I won't do it!
Oh?
Yes, that's right! I refuse to be your puppet queen!
How upsetting. Everyone is so looking forward to the princess's coronation, but the princess is being difficult. You wouldn't want Miyakis or any of your attendants to experience pain because of your selfishness, now would you?
No, you wouldn't dare!
Or would I?
You are the most despicable! Princess, we wouldn't care what happened to us as long as you— Don't be ridiculous, Miyakis! I can't just sit back and let you be killed. I'll just have to go through with it. But Princess! It's fine. Ever since the day I was born, I was destined to be Queen of Falena. I never thought it'd be under these kind of circumstances. But this is my destiny. Princess.
Well, I'm certainly glad to see you've come around. I'll invite ambassadors from the surrounding nations as well. It'll be quite momentous, I assure you.
Alright, so let's save. We're eavesdropping on the coronation party. There we go. We're down to just 2. I think I have to get one more plot point further. Actually, no, I think I could do it right now. Let's see. Time to test something, chat. We must learn, because this is actually important. So we have the Crazed Orb, which I could give to Leon, as an example. Now, potentially if she unlocks more runes, she'll be more useful. It's kind of a shame Leon still can only equip one thing currently, which is really holding her back right now. Don't care about the Kite Orb. Poison, Venom, Firefly, whatever. We're just putting away things we don't need right now. Eventually we'll decorate the castle. I realize we haven't really done that. I mean, I guess now wouldn't be the worst of times to figure out where to put it. We'll take the bonsai in honor of PSO. We'll take the smile, the sacred games, cursed statue. See where we could put these. That is certainly a thing we have put there. We've made it more beautiful, Chad. I don't know how to tell where you could put paintings, though. Is it, like, super obvious? Like there's a frame or something? I don't see anywhere we could put stuff down here. Let's actually keep our eyes out this time. So presumably another pedestal we could put stuff. But what about the paintings? Was there somewhere in my room I could have put them? And I could place a... Okay. Oh, so I can kind of put them everywhere. Huh. But where do I put paintings? Okay, so now remember before I said I missed the days of the PS1 when you could interact with the furniture? Now apparently we can interact with the furniture. I don't know how long we've had the ability to do so. I still have yet to see where we put paintings, to be honest with you. We're just breaking into people's room. So let's grab some items and then we'll see if we can recruit a character. Anyway, a little detour. Yeah, so far it doesn't seem super obvious, where, to me at least, where these should go. Yeah, well... Gotta bring at least one graffiti with us. Like, I would have thought, like, maybe at some point we could go through those doors. Maybe the castle needs to upgrade. Actually, that is a question. Can the castle upgrade? In Suikoden 2, that was a big deal. In this game, so far, we haven't upgraded. Oh, there's large statue. Oh. So it actually cares the type. I'm gonna put the pot of failure in our room. It honestly doesn't look bad. There we go, Chad. Improved it slightly. Yeah, I legitimately don't know where to put these paintings, like, at all. So far, I'm not even getting, like, a prompt. Like, they wouldn't put them on the outside of the castle, would they? That would be horrendous. We'll check out the inn. Maybe I could put them in the inn. There are so many characters here, oh my. No. Huh. I don't know where to put them. Unless maybe there's, like, later on there's, like, a viewing room, and then we put the paintings in there. Suikoden 3 had something like that before. Okay. So let's get into a combat somewhere, and see if we can unite attack as is. I don't know why I keep thinking she's the teleporter. There's no reason for it. Like, I know better. We're gonna get into a fight near Sable. See if we can multi-attack. This is a little dangerous to do with just 2 people. So I'll do a safety save here. I would like to not go back through and redecorate the castle. We'll figure out paintings eventually, chat. That I would not consider a big spoiler. Unless it's something like you don't have the room yet. I don't want to know the name of the room or how we unlock it. That might be a bit much. Let's choose our formation. Plus 10 attack, speed, and defense? Interesting. It's pretty good. I guess for people that just don't care about large parties, which, to be fair, it could just be the protagonist and Richard. Let's see. Okay, so while they're like this, I can't co-op attack. Okay, now we know. I'm sorry, did you see her damage? Her damage is bonkers. Okay, so it seems to increase her odds of missing.
They can't defeat me.
So that is a downside. So people without really high technique are not going to hit. So... I'm gonna go I'm not a fan at the moment. I could still see it being busted on Richard because his technique is so high. And for the long-range attackers, it could be fair to make them better. It's just... I don't know if I super like the accuracy down as is. Feeling kind of iffy about it. I'll go back to the violence rune because that's basically free damage. Protagonist presumably can't use the crazed orb. Speaking of which, Arrow Orb, opposite sex characters defend the user. Double Edge, damage caused and received doubled. Strike back can always counter evasion at percentage halved. Scepters times 2 damage. I don't know why I would really need those. Yeah, the hand combat 1.5 times damage makes sense. It's like having your own Unite attack. Two-handed swords 1.5, not bad. Okay. I guess I'm good as is for now. Hopefully we'll come across another hammer soon. We'll see. So before the game tells us what to do, let us go to Estrese. Welcome. There we go. Frivolous man, chat. Well, look at that. A kid. This'll be a cinch. You have no money like easy money. We're gonna get paid a whole heap of cash for bashing your skull in, kid. You've got yourself a rich and powerful enemy. Might as well as let us crush your skull now or there'll be worse to come. Why do they keep talking about skull crushing? Wait! Quite an outfit they have. Huh? You should be ashamed of yourselves. Adults like you attacking a mere child. Female warrior, chat. What? Whoa. Hey, lovely, I like the outfit. Yeah, nice legs. Wee. She's asking for it. Oh, the lovely's asking for it. Did their names actually change? Vulgar Man wasn't there before, I thought. Forget the kid. Let's play with this broad instead. Ah, you really are disgusting. What? Who are you? Have you something to add, Mateus? These imbecilic and brutish lowlifes dare to insult Lady Isabel. I would like to exact swift and final retribution, and then deposit their loathsome corpses into the sea. Ooh, just some casual murder. I'm all for that plan, right, chat? I love casual murder. Huh, not so fast. These are the first evildoers we've run into since we came here. I called them first. Oh no, they're talking about evildoers. Oh no, are they related to the Maximilian Knights? They would never shut up about that in Suikoden 3 chat. That was so bad. It was really annoying. I guess we'll find out. I mean, one of them does look like a knight. Maybe both look like knights, I suppose. Very good, milady. Because normally because if you remember in Suikoden 3, there was like the merchant girl following around the Maximilian Knight. They kind of have a similar dynamic, but inversed. Although both of them seem a bit more mature, I guess. What's this? Are we deciding what kind of game we're gonna play? But out, Tin Can. This game is crowded enough with 3 guys. Evildoers, all of you. Ooh, angry face. Huh? Your faces are evil. Your minds are evil. Your words, your deeds, your hearts, all evil. Hey, I think she's trying to insult us or something. Your evil shall perish by my blade. Whoa, the lovely likes it rough. just the way I like it. This time I get it for free. Wow, kind of messed up. Oh, fade to white, destroyed. Chat, they got Dogi tournamented. We weren't allowed to see the viciousness of it. Ugh, cough, says Frivolous Man. Ugh, this lovely can really fight. How embarrassing. Huh, you call yourselves champions of evil? I swatted flies that put up a better fight than that. Why even bother being evil if you're gonna be so weak and pathetic? Allow me to clean up, milady, though it shall be a shame to befoul the sea with rank bodies such as theirs. Murder's as fine as you don't show it on screen? Exactly. Ah! Somebody save me! Oh, now they just became thug. Huh, how unseemly. Child, are you all right? Yes, thank you very much. Yeesh, I could have taken him. We'll say thank you. I apologize for interfering. Tell by your stance that you're no amateur yourself. Didn't wish to steal your fight, but I saw evil and, well, sometimes I get a little carried away. Please forgive me. Let us go, Mateus. Very good, milady. Away they go. This land reeks of evil, misdeeds, and all sorts of general nefariousness. As followers of the code of... Oh, I knew it. As followers of the code of the Maximilian Knights, we have much work to do. We'll start off by dealing with that reprehensible fiend of a prince who rebelled against his own little sister. I will exact swift and final retribution against said prince, then deposit his loathsome corpse into the nearest lake. Wow, he's all for the murder. Listen, chat. Murder solves everything. Clearly. Okay. So now... I think we just have to go back to headquarters. So the thing we're looking for involves those two. But we can only go there with a limited party, which I think will make more sense once the game tells us why. But I just figured just because we already have 2 people, we might as well do it now. There we go. Oh, Your Highness. Hey, there he is. We were just talking about Lord Wild. Yeah? Prince Protagonist, we weren't talking about anything important. Please, don't pay attention to us. Lady Lucerina, why are you trying to hide it? It's just... This is serious business. His Highness ought to know about it. Oh, I suppose. Truth is, Your Highness, Lady Lucerina just got a letter from Master Urim. He escaped from Rainwall and has gone into hiding in Hod Village. He could not endeavor to ask the prince to rescue him, but he has most crucial intelligence about Godwin's strategy. Intelligence that he can only reveal, of course, in person to His Highness. Yeah, likely story. He'd like you to come to Hod with as few people as possible, so as to keep things discreet. Okay, so that's the reason why we can only have this many people. Your Highness, what do you think? I mean, it's obviously a trap, but we'll do it. Sounds extremely suspicious. I think we'll go with that option. Say, you know it does. You don't think Master Urim is trying to fool the prince, do you? Oh, that little weasel. Of course he's trying to fool His Highness. My brother is a rotten, no-good, cowardly sneak. His letter is almost surely a trap. Please, Your Highness, don't fall for Urim's lies. Please, I'm begging you. Anyway, we're gonna ignore her. we're like, thanks for that advice, but now that you told me not to do it, I will do it. So anyway, now we gotta go to, like, the clown village. Oh, why, Your Highness. I'm so pleased to see you. So delightfully, joyously, wondrously pleased. My arch nemesis protagonist. So, you call yourself the leader of the rebel traitor army now. You can fool the people, but you can't fool the sun. I mean, are we really fooling them if we say we're the rebel traitor army? That's right. The sun, which protects Felina, has granted me 2 warriors with which I shall punish your evil deeds. I'm speaking of 2 fearsome, dangerous, merciless warriors of the renowned Maximilian Knights. Isabel, Mateus, this is the horrifically evil prince I told you all about. Dispose of him! It's that child. So, you're the prince. You're the one who formed a rebellion and started a civil war to threaten your own baby sister's rightful crown. You used and abandoned your own dearest ally, Lord Barrows. I mean, we did abandon him, to be fair. You're an evildoer of the highest evil. Your evil shall perish by my blade. Or that's what I was going to say before I changed my mind. Yes. No. Wait, what? Relax, I'm not going to attack you, Your Highness. Oh, what is the meaning of this? This is the villainous prince. Perish his evil by your blade and all that. Aren't the Maximilian Knights supposed to be sworn to a code of justice? What are you babbling about? I don't recall saying anything about justice. Mateus and I are evil too, after all. There you go. I mean, they do murder people. No one's really gonna argue that point. You're what? A knight doesn't bring justice, just more pain and violence. And what is evil, if not violence? Oh, we're very evil. Don't worry, Isabel, you'll fit right in. What you do when leaving evil alive leads to the rise of even greater evil, even worse sorrow and pain. You destroy that evil, even if you have to use the evil of violence to do so. Every time you draw your sword, hope that you take from this world more evil than you bring into it. That is the code of the Maximilian Knights. Oh, I'm putting you at notice. You who so carelessly use the word justice have no idea what it truly means. Evil counter went, maybe with her. Though you strike me more of a misguided coward than a villain, your evil deeds must still be punished. Your evil shall perish by my blade. What about the poor victims in the House of Borrows who are deceived by this cruel, villainous, dastardly prince? Did you truly expect that Lady Isabel would believe everything you say without first asking around? For the despicable crime of attempting to lead Lady Isabel to irredeemable evil, your punishment is death. Wow, they go straight to the death, chat. There's I disagree with you and murder. There's no in between. It's like a switch. I will now exact swift and final retribution. He loves that line. Then deposit your loathsome corpse into the bottom of the river. So be it, Mateus. You may do what you will. Very good, my lady. Come on out, all of you! What a pitiful, predictable scoundrel you are. Let's go, child. Isabel joined the party. Mateus joined the party. Are they actually, like, any good, or are they just gonna be gutter trash? I mean, I might as well just use lightning magic, whatever. One and a half times damage to a single enemy? That is a really big multiplier. Holy. Either they're very weak or this is really good. Nice weapon defense. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, it dizzies him. His defenses are... He's almost dead. Wow, his defenses are terrible. I think I just go for another 900 damage here. I could kill this enemy first. I think we're good. Okay, so the other ones are just magic boosts. So if I want a hybrid knight, I can boost my own damage. That's interesting. Nice multi-strike here. This will make the damage higher to the remaining enemies. It might just kill them. Basically did. Wow. Wait, did he have a sacrificial Jizo on? Wow, that's so sad. He's like a decently high level, but yeah, he's got no armor. Despite his heavy armor, he had no defense. Ugh. Oh, that is a face from Urim. Ugh. Shall I pursue him and deposit his loathsome corpse to the bottom of the nearest creek? Let him go. Very good, milady. I'm sorry I misled you, child. I knew exactly what Urim was up to. But I pretended to go along with his plans. I wanted to see what you do to him, to get a measure of your character. I guess I kinda jumped in there. I'm sorry. I saw the evil afoot and I just couldn't help myself. But what about you? You're fighting even worse evil than this coward, aren't you? How is it that you fell for such a pitiful trap? Champion of good has to be more careful than that. I may have to keep an eye on you. Shall we fight evil together? Or, yeah, we'll ask, shall we fight evil together? I was waiting for you to say that. Therefore, according to the Code of Maximilian Knights, Mateus and I must fight alongside you. So, let our blades be joined in the eternal battle against evil. Mateus, as of today, you and I are members of the Rebel Traitor Army. Could you imagine, chat, if she's talking about, like, fighting evil, and if we called ourselves, like, Very Evil Army, and our headquarters was, like, I don't know, like, supervillain or something? Could you imagine? Just some random word. Just make her betray her entire code. This is not a justice thing. I agree, Calvisham. We shall exact final Okay, I'm not repeating this. Oh, he said into the nearest bog. He said his catchphrase like 5 times. I'm not gonna say it again. You befriended Isabel. We talked to him later, I'll repeat it, but he wore out his quota, chat. So what does he have with him? So he's actually the right level for this area. We're slightly over-leveled because of what we did earlier. But he's got a Cyclone Rune? Okay. I might just strip him of this, honestly. If we're forced to use Cyaleeds, this is just kind of a free upgrade for us. So we get rid of Wind's worst spell, and it lets us do 500 to all, which is still not good. Don't get me wrong, this is still not good, but it's passable. Let's take a look at their stats. Actually pretty good. So if we improve her weapon to what they were with the other characters, she'd be at about 360. So right now, at just rank 6 or rank 7 weapons, she's actually on par with the protagonist in damage, which is very interesting. Her technique and accuracy are also pretty high. I'm somehow not surprised to see that she could burn things with fire. I could kind of see that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, evil layer, exactly. Wicked villain army, there we go. Wait, she came with knight armor? Huh. Don't really care about his stats. So his stats are just frankly a little worse. He is a medium type character, so they usually have a little bit of a trade-off. Their stats will never be as good as the short range characters. But it's not bad. It's not bad. They do have a really good synergy with each other. I'm sorry, he has something called Mowdown. Sorry, what is that? Cluster attack percentage for stick plus weapons. Or stick weapons plus. Honestly, I haven't seen Cluster do anything in this game. Is it just me? Like, I feel like they made another category for area and it's just never applicable. Like, row and column has always been applicable. Cluster, I think we've seen it work once. Like, this is so situational. Yeah, Isabel is actually kind of an interesting frontline character. I'm not sure if we'll keep her long-term or not. So I guess we'll see who the game requires us to take. We'll form our party. Oh no, the Great Evil is here, chat. So again, like, damage-wise, they're not bad. I mean, Richard obviously OP. So yeah, see, they actually outdamaged the protagonist there due to their multiplier. It's kind of interesting.
They can't defeat me.
So I guess we'll advance the plot and then see who it gives to us. If Chan is interested in these characters, we could keep them. And they are new. But let's see if there are force characters before we bother getting a whole party together. Do I need anything from these shops? Not really. Troubles from Dongo. Got a sword? I can make it as sharp as you like. Got a whip or a book? That's a little trickier. Still, I'm a craftsman, sort of. So let's see what I could do. Cyro with trade. Your Highness seems reluctant to conduct trade. It would be by far the best way to raise funds for the war. Yeah, I don't plan on using it ever again. It may sound troublesome, even overwhelming. Really not all that difficult. Not with experience. I mean, we get more money just killing people randomly, to be honest. I assure you, I've only the best of intentions. Why don't you give it a try? No, we did earlier. I'm still mad at you. I'm still salty over the salt trade. Bastan and Cornelia. My limited vision, I could not begin to critique him. He's further beyond me than even Josephine. For all our sakes, I'll leave it at that. Okay, so let's save the game. So I'm just gonna double check if there's anybody else we could get. And it looks like no. That should be star number 64 if we've collected all the ones that are here. Guess we'll go to the war room. There we go. Ah, the prince. Just the man I've been waiting for. George, what is it? Oh, I was just thinking, if George has a free slot, the crazed door must be so BS on him, by the way. Bad news, I'm afraid. It seems the Godwins are going forward with Lim's coronation ceremony. Coronation ceremony? Putting her through the motions like that, as if she were their little dress-up doll. Well, not if I can help it. Please, Lady Sialeeds, calm yourself. I know how you must feel. The ceremony will be held in Sopholina. So, does that mean there's nothing we can do about it? If there were, we would have already reconquered Sopholina and ended this war.
Excuse me. 1 second. Sorry about that, had something in my throat. I think we're good now. The problem isn't the ceremony itself. The real issue is that many foreign dignities have been invited. Emissaries from the island nations, the Dukedom of Gaian, and Nagaria, is that right? Are coming. Even Arms is invited. Calvisham asking, is there a Suikoden 6? No. Unfortunately, Calvisham, there are no more Suikoden games. At least in the main series. They want all the foreign nations to recognize that the Godwins are the rightful rulers of Felina. If chat is curious, there is one more game we could technically try out. It's RPG-esque, so I would be more willing to do it than another tactics-like game, for sure. I bet they're even scheming to form a few formal alliances. We can't have any foreign nation allying with the Godwins, especially not the Island Nations Federation. Maybe we could do that on the spiritual successor? You mean the game that isn't out, Calvisham? Are you referring to that one? I cannot play the game from the same creators, because it is not out yet. Right. Herod was from the Island Nations. Protagonist. It would be terrible if he ended up fighting against his homeland. So there you have it, Prince. We must meet with the Island Nation's ambassador before he arrives in Felina. And I think it would be best if the Prince himself goes. They will see we have nothing but good intentions. What do you think, Your Highness? I think no matter what, we're going to be forced to do this. We're going to say leave it to me. Versus do you think I could do this? Alright, we're counting on you, Your Highness. Islands Nation's ambassador is an Admiral Skald Egon. He's a good man, reasonable too. As long as you're honest, he'll listen. In fact, I'll go with you. What's about time? I was gonna say, I feel like we haven't seen him in our party in eons. You will? Well, spent some time in the Island Nations before. I know my way around. Uh-oh, chat, we're going to Suikoden V territory. Also, I won't have the god ones after my head there. It'd be nice to be able to walk around freely for a change. Give my regards to Admiral Agan, George. Excuse me? Oh, nothing. Just give my regards. Well then, Your Highness. We're counting on you to make a good impression. We could bring in the murder squad. That would probably leave quite an impression on them. Ships traveling between Felina and the Island Nations usually stop at Nerva Island for rest and supplies. Island's about halfway along the route. The ships tend to stay about 5 to 7 days. Gotta make contact with Admiral Agan while his ship's still docked there, Prince. I'll get the ship all set up so you don't worry about a thing. Meet me in Estrese when you're ready, Prince. We're gonna get this done. I'll put Roy to work while you're gone, so you needn't rush, Your Highness. I'd rather you took your time, in fact. George joined the party. Is that it? Are we only forced to have George? Leeds isn't forced to go? Lim is to become queen. I love how George is still over-leveled compared to us. What a god, chat. Look at that. He doesn't have any... I'm sorry, what were his stats? Chad, I had to do a double take. I forgot how broken his stats were. Holy. Chad, holy F. Wait a minute. He's the strongest the protagonist with a level 3 weapon. The protagonist has over 140 extra points of attack, and the difference between them is 12. Okay. Well, let's put the crazed orb on him. I mean, chat, do I just take George and Richard and just go crazed orb all the way? I mean, their damage is like irrefutably high. I don't know, chat. I think we're getting close to the oops all melee time, where I don't really need spells anymore. The game gave us too many broken runes. Let's form our final party. Let's get an Egbert. Chat will never forgive me. Does chat want to keep Isabel and Mateus or swap them out? I mean, this is a really powerful melee party as is, I'm not gonna lie. Like, literally, if we put Richard in here, just so chat will understand the damage, we don't need a single spellcaster. Like, I might even unequip the Prince's Rune, like, honestly. Yeah, wow. Richard has even more technique and accuracy than George. Let's give the new people some use. Sure. Let's see what we can upgrade them with. Isabel can lose speed, but get tanky. Sure. That armor I thought was a pretty good armor, but maybe not. Knight armor gives +2 attack. Okay, so it's still somewhat useful. Okay, so we finally have a reason to use the heavy armor stuff, so I might as well just give it to them outright. Yeah, I think it's time, chat. I could give the fire orb to the other character. At some point, I really want that Cyclone rune. I could unequip the power rune. Let me think about it this way. So George... Oh, it can't be equipped there. Oh no, they can't wear the crazed orb? Oh, that's so sad. It can only go in the right hand. No. Oh, that's so sad. Oh wait, you can equip the power rune and the other one as is though. Do I have any more power orbs or no? Yeah, that's kind of disappointing. Recover MP on successful attack. That could be useful for Vicky if we really want to give it back. Give George the counter orb, I guess, for now. I know, I wanted so badly just to go all in. I don't really want to make the other characters give up their commands. I like their Unite attack too much. Let's put these away to some extent. We don't need this many crazed orbs at any given time. 3's probably good enough. Are there any other orbs I've been holding on to that I can use right now? Another violence piece. That would be good, actually. I'm glad we got that. Another magic absorb, sure. Sunbeam, yeah, whatever. A resurrection orb, I guess I can make that. I still can't make a cyclone orb, sadly. Boost orb sounds kind of fun. Let's go a little dangerous here. Get a drain orb, why not? There's the power orb I'm looking for. We do have a spare power orb. Good. Okay, so let's pump up, chat. We're going team melee here. Sadly, George might walk away with. Well, let's not give George anything we don't want at the moment, because I don't think he's officially become a star. And now that I think about it, Cyleeds also hasn't become a star. We never befriended her, by the way. I don't know if that'll be important for later or not. Let's get rid of the Thunder Sword rune, because I don't really care about it, like, literally at all. Give her the Drain Orb. Oh, we can't put it there. Put that there. Interesting. So her... One second. I mean, I do want to use the boost rune. I think we're at the point in the game where I'm comfortable enough just to go crazy with it. Can it go in any other slot? It can. So I can give her some really nonsense stuff. So I can give her the 1.5 and 1. Oh man, how much damage is this? Wait a minute. Wait a minute, chat. It's getting out of control. Oh, I think it's in my party. Alright, so we're assembling some orbs. I don't plan on ever using the other thing. I could play it safe with Sunbeam Orb if I want to. Oh, that's a tough call. Violence Orb plus anything. So if I put her in the front, for example. So I could get rid of Boost and give her Violence, because she's likely to be struck, potentially. I could give... I don't like the menuing so much here. I could give him the Boost Orb. And also the Power Orb, because I don't really care about his defenses at all. And then give her the Violence rune and Power rune, maybe? Or Violence plus Drain? That would be okay. Oh, I have enough boost orbs for basically everybody. Is there anything else? I could just get rid of the Cyclone Rune entirely, which I'm kind of tempted to do. Alright, we're double downing, chat. Boost and power. There we go. We're going mad, chat. Mad with power. I mean, I could go more safe, but nah. Chat, I think we're gonna commit to insanity here. I just want to see how much damage this does overall. To keep in mind, their damage was already basically on par with us. So just a couple upgrades here, and I think we're good to go. This should put them at least on par with the protagonist. That jump to 120 is pretty big. The Hirschjoder turned into Zigrun. So again, they were only off by about 100 power, keep that in mind. We're basically just giving them several dozen levels worth of power. And this will make their Unite attack extremely good. So we just added 100 power, literally. Isabelle became Isabelle Plus. We can improve George's weapon by quite a bit. And since he's already doing double damage, it would make sense to just keep going, right, chat? Might as well just make him more broken, why not? Wow, a big jump in power. So now he's stronger than the protagonist pretty significantly. I'm gonna pay for one more upgrade for him, I think. In case we need to use him later. And let's just see how strong we are before we commit to anything further. Like, is this just one-shot city? I want to see if we're gonna go to one-shot city or not. So the question is, can they still hit with this kind of handicap? We have so many short-range characters. I love that the protagonist can just sit in the back row. This seems so unfair. Look at this team. This is gross. I feel like I might actually legit win with just auto battle here. Like, you know Richard's gonna hit a million times. We know already George does a million damage. Plus he's got the crits do more damage, and we already doubled his damage. So we just gotta see the damage with auto battle. Let's just witness it, chat. How gross it is. Dodge, dodge. Wow.
That was hardly a challenge.
Wow, chat. So he did 600 damage in the back row. So the only thing he really needs is the items where whenever he does damage, he heals. And he could basically get rid of the whole downside of boost. So that's kind of insane. Oh, I forgot to see if I re-equip Richard with anything. Let's see how much Maximilian attack does. Just normal attack with the others. Okay. Wow. Okay, that damage was pretty crazy.
Mueller, did you see that?
Wow, chat. Just the damage. The damage is so high. Let's take a look at their stats again as a reminder. So Richard with 445, George with 453. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a power rune on. I guess I could give him power rune versus counter rune. Drain and Violence. I might just remove Drain Rune, we'll see, and just go for more damage. The boost power rune combo is gross. He is literally out damaging George with that combination of runes. So don't sleep on the runes, they're really good. So I guess for a low item challenge, George will probably be better than most characters, but we do have these really broken runes. Do I have another power rune or something like that? I have a boost orb. And if I equip the violence, I do something like this. Just boost the violence, chat. So now her damage potential is completely off the charts. The only thing I'm really missing is kind of nothing, honestly. Just go for one more set of upgrades. We do have overwhelming strength. Richard's maxed. Another 15 attack power, because why not? So they'll get reduced low. The only thing I wish I could do, when I'm in the storage, I just want to see one thing. Can I retrieve... Oh, I can get rid... Okay, good. I want to get items off of other characters. So, like, Phelan is fine, as is, but where are all of our skull stuffs? John, I want the skull stuff. Who has my skull stuff? Anklet of Destiny. Lorelei, no. I'm looking... Well, Eyeball Ring will work. Yeah, let's take that. Okay, where are our super items? Chigure, we'll take the attack up, speed up. You can keep these other things for now. I don't need those necessarily. Speed rings on Vicky. I'm gonna leave Vicky as is mostly, honestly. Oh, Zwig has what I'm looking for. Okay. Honestly, I might just equip these, just because. Now, do I have another skull ring? I thought I had a few. Didn't really see them scoping through here. Who are they on? Right, Chan? I felt like I had like 4+. How do I only have 1? That's crazy. I don't see them in here. I'm gonna go through one more time. I don't see them. That's like the only item I really want. Anyway, now that we're gonna sort our items out slightly. Oh, I put them in the party thing. Oh, that's annoying, actually. Spike Town from Mateus? Sure. You earned it, buddy. You get your defense. Oh, right. George actually doesn't have anything that buffs stats. Prosperity Tunic actually not bad. Put that on Mateus for now. Fine. Mateus will be our moneymaker, chat. We don't care about his defense. Attack +10. Remember, chat, George doesn't have any armor on yet still, which is kind of funny. We should probably give him something. We'll give him boots, chat. He's got a small upgrade. So if he gets hit, he's basically dead instantly. Like, no joke. So we'll give him generic defense. I could give him the Robe of Destiny if I really wanted to. Sure, why not? So HP drain we'll give to Isabel. That way she could tank. And we'll give her speed up. She's less likely to go last. Is there anything else I can really add to this team? Not really. Okay. I think we're good. I'll take my escape scroll back. I'm gonna Mega Medicine on one of these characters, I guess. Mateus has, like, all these healing items. I mean, I guess I could give him more. It's a shame we don't have more of the health drain ones. I don't feel like grinding more. I do like that item quite a bit. I'm just curious. Aw. Recovery. That sucks. Earth defense up. Yeah, I don't really care about most of these. I'm just looking to see if there's any interesting things in here, like additional money, or like magic score is okay. Oh yeah, the Saint Cloak is here. Oh, Isabel can use Saint's Cloak. Interesting. Huh. So she has a super armor just for her, chat, if we save up all the money. Who would have thought? Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I'm really interested in from this list. Yeah, I don't really care about most of this. Although I'm noticing George's defense is pretty terrible. Can I just spend like a minimal amount? More attack and technique to improve accuracy. John, I think we do that. Just make him miss even less. It's fine. We'll take that trade. Is there another attack plus 10? I'll buy that if that's in here. I thought we could purchase it. I only see attack plus 5 in here. Must be at other stores. Unfortunate. Oh wait, there's also the item shop, which might have what I'm looking for. I forgot there was more than one of these, to be honest. No, it doesn't have what I'm looking for. Okay, well, the damage should just be kind of broken at this point, so I guess we'll just advance the plot slightly. So we're now living the melee life. I mean, can anybody even really stop us at this point? We even have like we have regen and stuff like that. Like, they're so done. Oh wait, I didn't even pick my other support characters. I got so excited, chat. She's excited to go to Estrees. Oops. I mean, we could get a healer character. It would be kind of funny. We got some recruits to take, and then we'll see how this party fares. So the only downside we have is not everybody can health drain. But chat, what if? What if we just recovered health anyway? What if it doesn't matter? Hopefully treatment actually works between combat. Forge. Oh, that might mean I can blacksmith while I'm walking around. Sure, we'll take that. That's just called a convenience thing. We'll take healing. So we're like super good now. Anyway, back to Estrees. If we do need to get rid of characters, we got 3 free support slots. Hopefully we don't need to do it, but you never know. Save now that we got a full party, and let's let Team Melee go in. So we got characters with counter potential off the charts. George, anybody attacking him should just basically auto die. Richard, I don't even know if can be hit by physical attacks whatsoever. We have United Attack boosted. So we have 2 characters that get double stats, and then we 1.5 times the person in the back row. So their damage should just be broken. Like, I might legit be doing 2,000+ damage on a single Unite attack. Like, they'll just straight up die as soon as I look at them funny. Oh. I don't actually know where Boz is. Let's look for Boz. Well, speaking of which, do you have any rare finds? I guess we ran out of rare finds since I caught up in stats. It's kind of sad. Oh, chat, you know what's kind of sad? We never even upgraded our stats. It just doesn't matter. Right, chat? Like, do I even need to train them? Like, I don't think I do. Is he over here somewhere? Where? Because he said meet in the streets. They're saying you never would have thought this place would have been invaded. I feel like you're cursing your luck with that one, old man. Fort's further north. Okay. Oh, that's true. I forgot about that, actually. That would make sense. This where Boss is waiting for us. I'm looking for, like, little docks and, like, buoys, and I'm like, oh, right. There was that whole other northern part of the map. That is true. Ah, Prince, right on time. What do you think? Isn't she a beauty? This is the good old ship Elmolark. Elmolark? Elmolark. She's your ticket to Nerva Island, Prince. Wow, it's nothing like those tiny raft fleet boats. Yup. There's a big difference between river boats and ocean-going vessels. Ah, George, you know your ships, do you? The Elmolark was made using the latest shipbuilding technology from the Island Nations Federation. Even the longest voyages feel like nothing with this baby. You'll all be fine, trust me. Well, she's about ready to weigh anchor. Ready to go, Prince? Sure, we're ready to go. We'll say weigh anchor versus not just yet. Ah, ha 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 ha. All right, it's off to the clear blue yonder you go. Good luck with the Island Nations, Ambassador. We're counting on you, Prince. Wait, was Nerva where we had the final
Prince, are you all right?
dungeon in
If you
Suikoden
two are
V?
that sick, why don't you go rest in your cabin?
We'd feel even worse without the wind blowing in our faces. Oh, why does it have to rock like this?
Because it's the sea.
Oh, I don't think I like the sea very much. Hey, how come you're all right, George?
Because I'm used to it. And if you two just get used to it, you'll be fine too.
I don't think I could ever get used to this.
Oh, jeez.
No, I think that was a different island, now that I think about it. Oh well. Oh, very Suikoden 4 music. We're hearing a little bit of it. We did not do well on the boat, apparently. Is the ground rocking here too? We're on land now. Got the theatrics, all right. Got work to do. Wasn't she, like, always been on boats before? I don't remember her being seasick in the other cutscene. Take a look at that. Something to melee? That's the Lino and Coldes, the flagship of the Island Nations Federation fleet. Uh-oh. We're definitely going full Suikoden 4. Under the command of Admiral Skaldigan, their ambassador. That's just the man we're looking for. We got no time to lose. Let's head over to the Lino and Coldes. Hey, wait! As the ship's in port, shouldn't the ambassador be in town? We should go check the inns first. Well, that rock can send a number on your head, eh? Don't you notice all the people gathered by Lino and Coldes? He's gotta be there. Oh. Yeah, looks like you're right. So, as I was saying, let's head over there. George did not like being contradicted, chat. He's having none of that. Sailor says, excuse me. His outfit is quite ridiculous, though. That is many colors. Orange, green, white, blue, and red all in one outfit. You're His Royal Highness Prince Protagonist of the Queendom of Felina, right? Yeah. Admiral Logan will be here shortly. Please wait a moment, Your Royal Highness. That was fast. How did they recognize the prince? Admiral Logan's got a kind of sixth sense about things. He's not Admiral for nothing, you know.
Well, well, well. Your Royal Highness the Prince, Leon George, welcome. Skald Egan, Admiral of the Island Nations Federation Fleet.
We'll say it's nice to meet you versus yes, how did you know?
No, the pleasure's all mine. You certainly are unflappable, though, aren't you? I guessed who you were right away, but you didn't even bat an eye.
Our outfit's pretty
I was looking forward to
ridiculous.
giving you a little jolt, but you weren't surprised at all.
We're bad at disguises, right, chat?
Okay.
Well, it would be mean to keep you in the dark any longer, so I'll reveal my secret if you want. I'm afraid word of the situation in Felina has spread even to the Island Nations Federation. Even before we set out for Felina, we predicted somebody would come from your side. So when you got down off of Lord Wild's ship, I knew you had to be the ones we were expecting. But of course, I never thought in my wildest dreams that His Royal Highness himself would be the one. You look just like your mother, Prince. I recognized you immediately.
He squishes us.
Admiral, this way. Please, come quickly, sir.
Fine, I'll be right there. I'm terribly sorry, Your Highness, but I'm afraid we're a little busy here. I think I may already have a pretty good idea of why you're here, but we can talk about it more later. Until then, why don't you all get some rest at the inn? Now, if you'll excuse me.
Oh no, chat, we've been told the plot bed. Really look nothing like our father. You should get your eyes checked. I thought he said he looked like our mother. Yeah, we don't look like our father, for sure. That's Admiral again, huh? The Island Nations, he's their kind-hearted, grandfatherly protector. But to the pirates, he's the most frightening sea demon imaginable. Well, he's a bit intimidating. I can see why the pirates fear him. Seem to be in a hurry. Let's go see what's up. Translation: spend time not doing what the game wants. Okay, we'll save again. Let's explore the town and hopefully not trigger the plot. They want us to go to bed, so we can't go to bed. Oh, Your Highness, it's quite hectic on board with all the cleaning and restocking. Forgive me, but you won't be. Now wouldn't be the best time to go abroad. Talking about pirates. Lino and Coldes was the king of Obel during the Liberation War 150 years ago. Well, there's the difference in time between 4 and this game, I guess. During that turbulent time, it was his proposal that led to the formation of the Island Nations Federation. Ever since then, the flagship of the Island Nations has been named the Lino and Coldes. How do you do, says the sailor. Not finding much in terms of items so far. She wants us to check out the lighthouse, so we aren't going to the inn. Interesting. Welcome to Nerva Island. Make sure you see the lighthouse while you're here. It's our most famous landmark. A bit of trouble there at the moment, though. Uh-oh, trouble? As in fights? No unusual activity to report here. I mean, I want to kind of kill people with this team. I don't know about you, right, chat? Please let me kill. There's an inn. Oh, I forgot that was a zoom in. What did I get stuck on? Oh, there was actually a chest there? Wow. Wow, I was just commenting, I was like, did I get stuck on the lip of the corner here? But no, there's a chest there. Wow, that was, oh, you can see it from there. That was really lucky though. I know, I was just like, I'm like, what am I stuck? Because I was gonna make a comment where like, there's always like, whenever you see like a ledge or a fence, it like blocks you further than you think it should. Dog says woof woof. Oh, they're asking if we tried the bonito, as in the fish. So they're just telling us stuff we already know. We know the ship's from Obel. We know about Obel. See Suikoden 4. So I think we talked to everybody here. They want us to go to the lighthouse, so the inn is actually optional right now, surprisingly. I do like that there's like a little bit of a shadow effect depending on where I am in the room. That's kind of neat. It actually gives you somewhat dynamic shadows. I don't see that very often in video games. So I do have to say their attention to detail is actually fairly strong, despite it being a PS2 game, where they're not as concerned about having conversations with random potted plants and judging them on it. So I could upgrade to rank 10 stuff here if I want to. I don't really want to. So originally nobody lived here, but now the port is here. Any interesting runes we can buy? Fury status effect 1.5 times damage, accuracy down. That could be fun to purchase if I had money. So if we weren't swapping characters constantly, I would have loved that, but we're gonna live with chat's choices. Huh. Crit chance up? I think I need to purchase this at some point. I mean, chat, it's crit chance. Oh, boots that add magic power. Wait a minute. Huh, wow, the items here are actually good. What a weird feeling. I guess we'll go for crit chance up. We'll get one of those for now. Even if we get a second one, it's fine. Oh, there's a cutscene here.
Pirate Brando, as long as I'm around, your evil ambitions will never be realized.
No. Meddling Obel princess. I can't believe you beat a legendary pirate such as myself. But don't you think you've won? Next time, you'll see my true power.
Try what you will, but you will never succeed. I'll always protect the island nations.
Reenacting scenes from Suikoden 4.
Thank you very much for watching the show.
Chat's like, you must recruit her. Princess Flare was so cool. Her voice was so real. I forgot she was a puppet. Voice of Pirate Brando was awesome too. Whose voices were those? Well, boy, it's not the original voice actor. I can tell you that much. Steve Bloom isn't here this time. I'm gonna meet him. Actually, I did all of the voices. No way, that was a guy's voice. Yeah, and Princess Flare's voice was totally different from yours.
Don't try to fool us. Must be hiding back there. Huh? Oh, wait, you can't... What? There's nobody else here. Come on, puppet voices, where are you hiding? You see, I said... I know, I bet they snuck out and ran away. Let's go find them. Yeah! Puppeteer, please play a playable character. She's gonna be possessed by the puppets, like chat's other favorite character. She's gonna punch people. Oh, there's nobody else. She sighs. Let's talk to her. Huh? Yes, what is it? Me? My name is Chisato. As you can see, I put on puppet shows. You really do all those voices? What amazing mimicry. We're gonna say what amazing mimicry. You believe me? I've always been good at imitating people's voices, ever since I was a kid. But nobody ever believes me. Shadow Hearts 2 puppet dress-up gimmick flashback? Yeah. You're just that amazing? Can you show us here and now? We're gonna say you're just that amazing. Do you really think so? Wish I could do one of my voices for you now, just standing here in front of you. But I can't do it with people looking at me. I'm too embarrassed. But I don't care if nobody believes me. My puppet shows make children happy, and that's all that matters. Yes, what is it? Look with your puppet shows, would you mind joining us? Let's try asking her to join us. To join you? ... What? You're the Prince of Felina? Oh, I beg your pardon, but I can't do that. Oh no, we didn't recruit her. It's impossible. I can't. I have no skill. Join your highness? I couldn't. I'm sorry. It would only get in your way anyway. You're much better off without me, your highness. Recruitment denied, chat. Hey, want to fight in a war? We're like, yeah, listen, we got a reserve unit. Use a little bench warming. Thinking about making a trip to Felina, but now they're not taking tourists now because all the trouble. Admiral Agon's gonna celebrate, or going to the celebration for the new queen, isn't he? Is it really time for celebrating with the war going on? Was that a chest down here? What was that I saw? Oh, it was a bench. It was a bench. Warm weather makes them sleepy. You'll understand it wasn't. I guess I could ask her again in case it's one of those things we have to double recruit. She says she's totally useless. Chat's like, we will recruit you. So far, not finding anything in the town itself. Magic. We're not gonna learn magic. Get out of here. That is a lot of trainers. Oh, I was just talking about this. Oh, you could buy them here? Oh, no. I want it. I want it too badly, chat. It's such a convenience item. I love convenience items. Give it to George, which is a little risky. I could give it to Mateus over an antitoxin, maybe. Over a Mega Medicine, that's probably okay. Now I kind of wish I had one more 50,000. But I really don't have a lot of spare money. Oh, it's gonna be so tight if I sell stuff. I don't really want to give up the Sprite Gauntlets, because that is free attack. Hopefully we could get into some battles and get some money. Ah, Your Highness. What brings you here? Just getting prepared for a little adventure. I bet Your Highness loves a good adventure, too. Am I right? Am I right? Gotta be that island nation's blood. If you wouldn't mind, could you tell us what's going on? But of course. Actually, why don't you explain, Bernadette? With pleasure. On the high seas, pirates fear no ship more than the Lino and Cool Days. So, our arrival put the pirates on Nerva Island into a bit of a frenzy. They thought we came to round them up. They barricaded themselves in the lighthouse, demanding we leave Nerva Island immediately. The lighthouse needs a lot of oil to help the searchlight burn, right? Well, those sea dogs are threatening to use that oil to burn the whole place down if we don't leave. Admiral, what should we do? Buy some time until nightfall. Negotiate with them. Then we take them by surprise under the cover of darkness, right? Nah, just thought that the lighthouse burning down would be much more impressive at night. Wow. Excuse me, you want to burn it down? It's going to be quite a show. His Highness came at just the right time. Excuse me, may I speak? Oh, sorry, yes, go ahead. Wow. We have a real pyro chat. This is a no-laughing matter. Don't you realize how many ships will run aground if that lighthouse is destroyed? Oh, lighten up, Burn. Burn's actually my daughter, you see. Real stick in the mud. Don't know where she gets it from. That's not the issue here. Oh, forget it. I'll handle this myself. You just keep out of my way. Sounds good to me. Thanks, Burn. Looking forward to seeing what you come up with. Played right into his hands. So, what's this grand plan you've got? Come on, come on. No time to waste. Chop, chop. Prince, what do you think? He's right, let them burn it down. I love that that's an actual option. Let's see if we can help. Let's choose that one. Oh, Your Highness, I thought you'd never ask. Burn, take them up on their offer. Father, are you crazy? Is there a problem, Burn? Of course there is. Can't ask a foreign prince for help in island nation affairs. But His Highness has offered to help, you see. It would be rude to refuse such a request, Burn. There you go again. Oh, he's calling her Burn? Maybe he really is fire obsessed, chat. She sighs. Okay, I would, appreciate your help, Your Highness. My father's having a little fun. Once he gets rolling, there's no stopping him. Unfortunately. That's my girl. She's got me pegged. Please, this is serious. Well, let's over to the lighthouse. We'll see what options we have. Bernadette joined the party. We'll get rid of Forge. I don't really need that right now. Whoa. Bernadette coming in with a magic score. Hello, that has my attention. 279, pretty decent. What runes did she come with? Oh, gross. Wait, Mother Ocean is just a full heal? And it's a single heal? Water rune's so bad. Chat, Water rune is terrible. Silent Lake, maybe it would help on certain boss fights. Everything else, garbage. Never using. Wow. What a disappointment they forced the flowing rune into our party. She's a B rank in most things, which is just okay. It does mean she's at least okay-ish at, like, Thunder, but not really great overall stats. It's got a throwing knife, though. She came with rare cheesecake. I'm counting on you, Your Highness. They'll only catch you bumbling around now, you hear? Again, I'm just kind of hoping for a couple more battles. I wish I knew that that item was there for sale. Oh, we at the place already?
Oh, hello. What are you? Window set 7. Divine Right Epic. Well, speaking of which, we have to check out the window lady now that she's in the party. Let's see if we can change our chat windows more. Now that we got more window sets. Doesn't look like anything else is here. Again, I'm hoping for encounters. I just want to use our superpower characters. Oh, this is an awkward camera. Look at this. Huh. Alright, well, I don't see any hidden items so far. Always imagine pirates braving the raging seas, not crammed into a lighthouse. I guess we'll ascend for now. No random encounters. I feel disappointed. This is like one of the few times I actually genuinely just want to like completely stomp the enemy from existence with this power team. And we're given a story event with no encounters. This is so BS, chat. I want to see what this... Oh, that was easy. Striking tactic. Zone of speed. Well, as always, we'll give the speed up to the protagonist. Wherever it is in this list. In here that I'm interested in. Let's go to the formations. Oh, it's in, I'm sorry, it's in important items. Formation striking arrow now available. Okay, so it's just a generic stance. Plus 10 attack, minus 5 defense. Why would I pick that over... I mean, you know what? Sure, why not? We'll try it once. Wait, let's stop right here. The pirates must be on the top floor. We don't want to aggravate them by going any higher. Yeah, hopefully it's a good form skill. Isn't there a ladder outside? Yes, for repairing and cleaning the lighthouse. But how did you know? I know my way around this place a little. Does the ladder go all the way to the top? I feel like, as I said before, they were gonna do a prequel to this game, potentially at some point. To kind of fill in the gap either between 4 and this game, or go before 4 and go into the ancient civilization. Yes, it does. How about we split into 2 groups? One will make their way upstairs and pretend to negotiate with the pirates. While they're distracted, the other group will climb the ladder, waiting for the right moment to rush in. We'll need some light and agile people for the ladder job. I'll climb the ladder then. I'm going to. We're counting on you, Leon. We'll say I'm going to. Prince, no, it's far too dangerous. It's dangerous either way. Even on the staircase, they could still spray us with oil and light us up like candles. You've got a point there. But really, His Highness shouldn't be with us during such a dangerous mission anyway. Too late for that now. This is sort of how we do things around here. That's the same in Felina, is it? Huh? Island nations' royalty have a reputation for being a little reckless. Adventure seems to find them. Beats sitting in a castle all day, I suppose. Okay, Your Highness. Lady Leon, please be extra careful on that ladder, okay? You be careful too, Bernadette. I will. Oh, we lost our party. What's up with that? So now let's climb the ladder. And up we go. Or I got rejected because I was holding forward to go up the ladder versus up to go up the ladder. Guess that was my fault. There we go. We've made it to the top. Yar! How many times I be needing to tell you, lass? We pirates ain't up here to be enjoying the view. We be leaving only when your ship sets a sailing. Ah, only then, lass. And how many times do I have to tell you that we're not trying to trick you? We want to negotiate. We be pirates, lass. We be knowing every last trick in the book we do. Oh no, the apostrophes are coming back, chat. Not the apostrophes, no! They're gonna open up a shop in Etrian at this rate. Is he originally gonna call it Burn It Down, but it wasn't allowed? Yeah, I think so. You actually think the Island Nations Federation would waste its flagship on a pathetic collection of pirates? Not even worth the barnacles on her hull. Yar, lass, that be hurtin'. Comparing pirates to little old barnacles. You scurvy dogs will be paying for that, you will. Matey, fetch me that oil, will ye? I'm gonna be giving me... Excuse me. Whew, the double apostrophe got me, chat. I wasn't trying to read that at first. Let's try this again. I'm gonna be giving him a good old soaking. Then we'll be setting him ablaze, we will. Aye, aye, Captain. Or Captain, technically. Yar? Where you be coming from? What you be saying, matey? Yar, shiver me timbers. Who be ye landlubbers? Come to pick a fight with the finest men of the sea, have ye? I just realized, chat, I set up that whole melee party, and then the game makes us play with the only 2 characters not geared up for the melee party. They better rejoin us for this fight. I'm actually annoyed. I want to see this party's damage potential on, like, a real fight. Like, I'm really curious. I don't need it for the rest of the game. Chat is feel free to swap my characters out. And I can't have them during recruitment, because obviously I might need certain characters to get other characters. So, very annoying, chat. We went to the only plot element where there's no melee. No oil for you guys. In fact, now would be a good time to surrender. I know, chat. I feel cheated. Yar, who do you take me for, lass? You better take her advice. Give up now while you can. Okay, good. Hopefully they rejoin the fight here. Just give me at least one fight with them. I prefer more, but if it's like a real boss fight, it could be fun. More landlubbers. What rocks you be crawling out from under? Face it, you criminals, it's over. Criminals? Curse ye, you damn harpy. We be pirates, no mere criminals. You be tasting a bit of cold steel for that insult. Mates, get these landlubbers. Okay. Ooh, music. The Swallow Rune should just delete a character. Oh my gosh, how strong is their attack right now? Well, speaking of which, what's their formation attack? The column attack. Interesting. I guess this is a throwback to Suikoden music. Yeah, this was the Suikoden 4 battle music, right? Oh, it does have a 20% chance of insta-death. Okay, I wasn't imagining things. I guess that's kind of a cute throwback. Oh, by the way, let's one-shot the pirate captain, if we can. Just super dead.
Here we go.
We'll go for a formation attack after this. How much is this gonna do to the pirate captain? Let's watch, chat. Almost 2k. Wow. Oh, he's taking big damage. The parries, though. Richard going in, chat. Richard the God. Okay, chat, I have to go for it. Chat, I have to do it.
How much damage is this gonna do? Oh, they're actually able to hit Richard. What gods? Here we go. We're down one character. How much will this do? Oh my gosh, the delete button. Fight over. Magic robe, strike back orb. Okay. I got enough to get another upgrade. I'm glad we got the prosperity thing. Yeah, so we could have had more damage, chat, by the way. Like, we were down a character, and it would have still one-shot that whole encounter. Kind of curious about Magic Robe, if it's any good. I still want to play with this party later. It seems fun. All right, we got them. What's wrong? Nothing. Just thinking that it's a pity you guys had to get wrapped up in this mess. Don't worry. We're happy to be wrapped up in it. Yeah, that damage was disgusting. Right, Prince? Unfortunately, our other character is kind of open to damage. Well, at least it's over now, thanks to you guys. I don't think I could have done this without you, Your Highness. Yeah, the back row guy, I think, has like half defense, so he dies super fast, unfortunately. Let's go. Our soldiers will be up shortly. They can handle these criminals from here. That's all we're gonna be doing. Oh, I think the treatment kicked in. So treatment, I think, heals after the battle is over, and healing is mid-battle healing. I think it's okay to split it up like that. I just don't think it's really clear from the ability itself. I would have liked a little bit of a description for it to save me some time. So if the choice is there, treatment is like long-term healing between combat, and healing is for boss battles. So I guess it does make the doctor characters a bit more unique. So how good is Magic Robe? Oh, it's actually kind of bad. Oh. Oh, Bernadette, I didn't even look at your stuff. Oh well. I feel kind of sad it's over. Oh, this team would be so gross. Like, chat, we were doing what, 2k plus on the Unite attack, and we could have had the boosted damage. I'm assuming those boosts will impact the Unite attack damage significantly. And the front row character can rage as well if she gets hit twice, which we've seen really ups damage. Ah, you did it, Your Highness. A fine job. Definitely got some of that Fighting Island Nation's blood in you. Oh, and Byrne, I guess you were okay too. She sighs. The daughter's had enough of his stuff, Chad. Sorry to involve you in all that, Your Highness. Now we could finally get down to business. We're gonna be fighting the Huns any minute now, Chad. Admiral, it's an Save your breath, Lady Leon. We already know exactly what's going on. Island Nations Federation sees the civil war in Felina as an internal issue. It's up to Felina to decide which side is the legitimate power. The Felinian issue, not an Island Nations issue. Well, that's the official policy at least. But how boring. Where's the adventure in that? What? Byrne, prepare the Lino and Coldays to set sail. We'll sail all day and night. We'll sail till we reach Lord Godwin himself. We won't rest until the battle's won. Are you serious? Father, no. You can't. If the Opal Maritime Council finds out, you won't get off with just a dismissal. Even worse, you might start a war between the Federation and Felina. Nonsense, Byrne. His Highness came all this way just to see us. Are you going to send him home empty-handed? No, I won't. I'll go help His Highness. Now you're talking, Vern. Wait. He got me again. You heard her, Your Highness. She said she wanted to help. Indeed. We'll say, thanks, I couldn't do that to her. We'll say I couldn't do that to her. No. A sailor in the service of the Island Nations Federation never goes back on her word. Your Highness, Prince Protagonist, I'm with you till the end. Again, why do the shoulder buttons advance the dialogue? I don't understand this. You've befriended Bernadette, not a Bernadette. Apparently, chat, L2 advances the dialogue. I learned stuff I swear, we play with, like, games with the weirdest dialogue advancing buttons. We had, like, the D-pad with Radiant Historia. Now I'm getting, like, the back buttons for some reason. Does R2 advance the dialogue? Let's find out, chat. Ah, excellent, excellent. No. L1? L1 does. So just the left side of the controller advances the dialogue. What about R1? But Burn, I feel terrible you're all I could send back with His Royal Highness the Prince. So yeah, only L1 and L2 advance the dialogue, R1 and R2 don't.
This one is special.
Your Highness, just like Felina, landless nations have people of influence who are close to the Godwins. They hope to use the coronation ceremony as a chance to deepen ties with them. But I'll do as much as I can to hold them back and preserve our neutrality. And I'm not just helping you out because I like you, Your Highness. The Godwins are a dangerous bunch. Admiral, thank you. Anyway, Burn here will pick up the slack for me. Don't hold back now. Order her around to your heart's content. She's built even stronger than she looks. A veritable rock she is. Isn't that right, Burn? Ha 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 ha! I wish we had more time, but I'm sure Your Highness has business to attend to back home, right? Thank you for everything, Admiral. No need for that. I don't deserve any thanks. After all those mind games with me, Father, you're right. You don't deserve any thanks. No, we really couldn't have done... Okay, hold on, chat. Does L3 or R3 advance the dialogue? No. Does square? No. Does triangle? Does. Well, let's get going. Does circle? No. Wait, circle doesn't advance? So X, triangle, L1, L2 advance the dialogue. I swear, chat, I feel like sometimes the people that do the controls for these games, they sit down with like a list of functions, and then they bring out a bunch of dice. They roll the dice, and that determines how many buttons they assign to a function and what buttons they go to. I swear, chat. Like why triangle and X and not circle and X? And then why not all 4 face buttons if you're gonna do triangle? I don't get it. Well, let's get going. Logic indeed. Kind of wanted to say thanks again. Okay, so if George leaves the party, we didn't give him any super accessories, and I don't care about losing 1 counter orb. But if we are forced to use him in the future, he's already set up to be a pretty good counter attacker, so I feel okay about this. This will be a good chance for her to see how the world... Oh, for her to see the world and find out who she really is. Back in the island nations. She's always got the stigma of being my daughter. Please, take good care of her, George. You can count on me, you know that. Admiral. No, you don't have to say anything. He's a fine boy. Herod must have been so proud of him. Well, I'll do anything... Oh, excuse me. I'll do everything I can to help the boy out. You can count on it. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Actually, chat, before we go too much further, I think I actually just want to save and call it here before we get sucked into another plot string. See if there's anything else we could do. Really. I have enough money I could get another healing item from them. I really wanted to. We got an eyeball ring on Richard. Eyeball ring on Isabel. Eyeball ring on Protagonist. Eyeball ring on Leon. Eyeball ring on Mateus. So we have 5, which is not a bad number. We could get 6, so everybody gets 1.
I got baited. I canceled and then it loaded. Let's save. We're going on 44 hours and we are officially up to, I believe, 65 recruits. So at the rate we're going, it might be another 30 hours or it could be another 20. It really depends on how crammed the recruits are. Although from what I very, very briefly saw, apparently after one more major event, we're going to be getting up to, I think, 10 characters? More than 10. So we're going to be skipping a little bit of a head. Yeah, I know. There's going to be a big recruit spree. So it seems like after something happens, I'm not going to read the event out loud, then we're going to finally do, I think, what chat has been waiting for almost this entire time. I think the time has come. Yes, indeed, chat. It will be time next time. It will be time next time. So let's chat. So we didn't get to fully use the power of the new team, but I think we could agree, chat. If we could have done the double damage on Richard and George, it would have been so over. Their DPS would be so stupid. So I guess that's how they do a check and balance. They lock them in with the number of runes. So I like that they thought about it a little bit from the standpoint of balance. However, we did get a pair of characters that are, decently accurate and have about the same stats as the protagonist, except they have multiple free slots and they have a very powerful single target Unite attack. So they can potentially participate in a group attack into the Unite attack, and that's easily over 6k damage just from those two things, let alone anybody else attacking on their second turn. So right now, this team by itself probably would just stomp everything that is not the final boss. And honestly, in prep for the final boss, I don't think they need that much more. Keep in mind, chat, we're not even at anywhere near max strength. So we're at, 130 in the weapon strength. We could get them another 50 points each, and that gets tripled. Reminder, chat, we have the triple damage boost on those characters. And one of them, I think, has a 1.5 on top of that. So those 60 points end up being a lot of damage, and that also potentially pumps up the Unite attack damage. And also keep in mind, chat, the only characters that even had max weapons were Richard, Leon, and the protagonist. Half of the party in the Unite attack did have under level 10 weapons, and they did over 3k. And we didn't even use all 6 characters. We used 5 out of 6 for it. So, looking kind of monstrous. Looking kind of monstrous if we keep using this team. So I'm gonna read a little bit ahead. I think we're going to probably take a small break this week from Suikoden due to some other special events going on this week. But be ready next time for quite a recruit session. I don't even think we'll touch very much of the plot at all, other than to kick it off, and then it will just be nothing but recruits, where we'll pick whoever we basically need for the recruits, and we're not going to worry about the team. Although, as I said before, I want my prosperity gear, because we're going to be potentially in a lot of fights, and I want to make sure that our support characters are at least pretty good. So expect to still see Egbert for free money, and maybe the escape routes. We'll see where it goes. But anyway, chat, we are at the point in the video or the VOD that I'm sure many of you are aware of, and that is saying goodbye to YouTube. So I'd just like to thank you for watching to this point, and hopefully we'll see you again next time.